Hello, I welcome you to another episode of Before You Take the Stage. And don't forget that we have exhausted the chapter 1, the chapter 2, and now we're on chapter 3. Now we are taking the first subheading under chapter 3. And don't forget that the chapter 3 tells us to identify people around us. Now, the first subheading explains further by telling us another unique future that we need to look into. And from there, we are looking into some characters in the Bible. The first subheading there is people like Joshua and Caleb. Now, the explanation of that is found in the book of Numbers, chapter 13, and just 13 from 1 to the last verse, and I believe that should be verse 33. Now, when you look at that, there, Moses, don't forget that Moses was the one that was given a mandate to take the children of Israelite to the land of Canaan. Same way God has given you a purpose, that this is what I have for you, this is what I want you to achieve. And now taking it back to the analogy of what happened in that chapter, Moses had to send spies. He had to choose a person from each tribe to go and spy on the land of Canaan. And both Joshua and Caleb were opportune to be part of those that he selected. But something happened, and I want you to actually take cognizance of what happened. Pay attention to it, because I'll be reading a little bit of the scriptures just to ensure that you understand. Now, the first one I will be reading will be the response of the other tribes apart from Joshua and Caleb. And that is also found in that same book of Numbers, chapter 13. I'll be reading verse 27 and verse 28. There, I read, it said, and they told him, that is the other 10. You know, we have 12 tribes of Israel. Now, the other 10 apart from Joshua and Caleb. Verse 27 says, and they told him and said, we came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it flowed with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. They were giving him the response of what actually happened. And don't mind of the seared, the thinkers, because I'm reading from the old King James Version. Now, verse 28 says, nevertheless, the people will be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. Now, fine, they were attesting to the fact that the land that God has promised them through Moses is a land that is filled with milk and honey. But they were also seeing a kind of stumbling block that would hinder them from getting to the land. Now, when you read the whole verse there, you understand better that they had no hope of ever getting the land. Same way also when God gives you the purpose, there are some people that, in fact, they will like whatsoever purpose that God has stated before you, but they will always discourage you. Now, they are discouraging you on the aspect of the fact of what they are actually saying, not on the end of what God is saying. But when you now read further, when you read verse 30, now it said, and Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. Now, that is another set of persons rather. Now, Caleb is coming there to tell Moses that indeed they saw it, that it was walled, that they had so many obstacles, but he was reassuring them that they should go, that he knows that they are going to overcome it. Now, the essence by which I'm re-emphasizing the fact that you need to understand them is because there are some people that no matter how tasky your purpose is, they will always encourage you to go for it, because they are there to ensure that you achieve the purpose of God for your life. So it is very important for you to identify that. And don't let us forget that Moses had to stick with what Joshua and Caleb said. Same thing also. For the purpose that God has staged before you, it is important for you to always go with those that encourage you. They will be the ones to encourage you to fulfill God's purpose. And don't pay listening ears to those that will not want the purpose of God to be fulfilled in your life. Thank you very much. I believe and I hope that this episode has really blessed you. See you in the other episode.